Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Flow of Consciousness YouTube channel. I hope that you're doing well, you beautiful people. And today we're going to talk about how we need surprisingly little to be happy. Okay, it sounds perhaps a little bit cliche when I mention it like this, but I felt like I wanted to share my experiences because it can hopefully make you think a little bit about your own life if you have been struggling with finding meaning, or you've been questioning how you're spending your time, etc., etc. And that's exactly what it did to me, right? So as some of you may know, I've been to the Rainbow Gathering here in Mexico, in Palenque. And basically the World Rainbow Gathering is a gathering of people from all over the world who come together to live in nature as a community, a micro society. There is no trading, there is just people coming together, building a community, creating a kitchen out of thin air, cooking food for one another, donation based, so people give money to buy the food for everyone. It's shared, you know, everybody's just there living together, sharing love, knowledge, appreciation, energy, music. There's musicians, there's people teaching workshops. It's fantastic. Okay, a whole completely different way of living that I am used to. I'm used to, you know, Western culture, making money, working, being productive, blah 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 blah, all these things. But as I was there, I felt incredibly good. The first few days I didn't, because it was so foreign to me and I felt really alienated, and it was strange to be surrounded by people walking barefoot or not even wearing any clothes, and you know, to give hugs to everyone you pass and to sing songs around the campfire and to do a ritual before you eat. It was strange. I felt like I didn't belong there because the jump between my day-to-day life and the experience at the Rainbow Gathering was so big, it was so huge, that I needed some time to adapt. And I also needed to let go of my old patterns and my routines and the things that I installed to kind of like gain a sense of control over my life, and there I couldn't access all those things. So it was very tumultuous and chaotic, and I felt very uncomfortable, and I had to push through that. So I finally made the decision to push through it and to let go and to allow myself to be there fully. So I took off my shoes and all my clothes, and I was there with my friend, and we just allowed ourselves to fully embrace this experience. And that is when I really came to open up, when I really allowed myself to embrace this gathering fully. And that changed my perspective on life completely. I came to understand that, wow, I don't need almost anything I have back in my normal life, okay? I was sleeping in a tent on a small air mattress, okay? I didn't have a shower. I didn't have air conditioning. I didn't have mosquito repellent. I didn't have soap. I didn't have extremely complicated, tasty meals. None of that, okay? All I had was a tent, a river, and people singing, sharing love, and cooking simple vegan food without any blows and whistles, just like vegetables, rice, beans, lentils, that's it. Oats, some fruits, simple, okay? There was no gym there, there was no comfort, there was just jungle, fire, dirt, and a lot of people who were extremely lovable and teaching their knowledge and sharing this experience all together. And so I came to realize that, wow, there is so little stuff that I need, yet I feel so good. I felt so connected. I felt so close to earth, to myself. I was able to let go of all these commitments that I had in my normal life, of all these pressures of society that puts society on us. You have to be productive, you have to make money, you have to be successful, you have to do this, you have to do that. Society puts so much pressure on us. And in the gathering, it was as if it was a vacation away from normal society, and it removed all these layers, and it made me acutely aware of how much bullshit there is out there, of how many lies we tell ourselves, and we believe, we allow society to tell us. And I don't want to become this anti-society preacher and like conspiracy theories and all this crap. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is that realizing that you don't need almost anything you're so attached to in your normal life for you to be happy is so liberating. It's so incredibly liberating. So I invite you to reconsider your own attachments to all the material and societal stuff in your life. Okay, perhaps you can even go to a rainbow gathering. They organize them in every country around the world, I think. And look into it, or just join a community, do some volunteering work, live your life in a different way with less comfort, less material wealth, and see how you feel. I think my assumption is that you will feel the same or even a lot better, okay? Because all this material stuff, it's keeping us stuck somewhere. It's creating these loops that we want to gain more and more money and more, and we get stuck in these commitments. And we lose touch with ourselves, touch with the planet, touch with each other. And I felt really good without all the comfort. And yes, of course, sometimes I was dreaming about having a decent bed and a decent shower. And the idea of that gave me more pleasure than actually coming back and taking that shower, taking a nap on a bed with a mattress. Okay, the first time I came back and I took the shower, it felt amazing. But the next day, it was just another shower, right? Hedonic adaptation. We get used to comfort so fast, and taking ourselves out of the situation and reducing the amount of comfort we have can drastically increase the happiness we experience. Small little things tended to make me appreciate the life that I was living, that I am living so much more. Bathing in the river in the morning in silence and hearing all the nature sounds, the cold water. Beautiful, amazing experience. I was thinking, wow, this feels so good. I never thought about it when I take a shower. I never think about that when I take a shower. But when I took a bath in the river, it was like, this is so incredibly healing and it feels so good. And then sitting around the campfire with all these people, eating the food, saying our prayers, thanking for the nutrition. When was the last time you did that when you ate something? I can't even remember that I ever did that, being thankful and appreciative for the food that I was about to eat. It brings so much more joy, so much more happiness when you live more in touch with reality, when you live with more appreciation, more awareness, when you take less things for granted. It's a key ingredient to enjoying life. And you don't need a lot to be happy. I realized that. I really realized that. Anything I need is a roof above my head, some food, sunshine, and people that I can connect with. And that was all I had at the Rainbow, and that was what made me feel so fulfilled. And of course, sometimes I had a day off. Of course, sometimes I felt lonely. That's normal, that's part of life. But I can safely say that all the material possessions and wealth creation and, typical productivity and comfort, it's not making a difference in how I feel. It really isn't. What makes the biggest difference is the people, the relationships with the people. That is the most important thing. So I wanted to record this video to remind myself to not get lost in this materialistic paradigm again too fast, and to pay attention to my relationships with people, to really invest in those, to pay close attention, to share time and memories with the people that I care about, because that is the most important thing. And to stay in touch with nature, to appreciate nature, and to not take comfort for granted as much as I usually do. So those are just a few lessons, and hopefully I can inspire you to look at your life with a different perspective, a different angle. And it might be scary to do that, to admit that you have lost yourself in the pursuit of material wealth, or you have aligned your life with what society expects of you. And you might regret that, and it's painful to admit that. But it's also really, really necessary if you want to make a change, if you want to, live your life differently. And that is what I want to experiment with in my own life. And that is also why I talk to you about this in this video. So I hope it was helpful, guys. I hope it was informative. If you like this video, feel free to click that like button for me. This helps to expose the video to more people who might want to learn more about this topic. And if you would like to see more content like this in the future, please click that subscribe button for me. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.